Morning from Cabana Bay and the last full day of this short trip. So the plan originally was to go to Volcano Bay this morning, but one, wasn't really feeling it. I was only going to go for a couple of hours anyway. Two, well, maybe the weather forecast has done me a bit dirty there. It did say it was going to be overcast all morning, which it is over there to be fair. And there's also a light breeze, which when you're wet may not be that great, but when you're walking around a theme park, that could actually be really nice. So slight change of plan. I'm going to go into studios. So I'm going to head into studios this morning, potentially come back, may end up at Volcano Bay, or if not, I'll head into Islands. Just requested a late checkout, which they gave me 12 o'clock about any issues, so potentially could always do Volcano Bay for a couple of hours in the morning before checkout and then head into the parks for a few hours. But yeah, last full day. To be honest, I'm excited. I'm excited to get in. I'm excited to do some more rides, but I'm also looking forward to getting home, seeing the guys again. So I feel like I'm in a win-win situation at the minute, because I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to go home. So I was having some reflections this morning on Epic Universe and my time there, and you know, the good, not so good. And just two thoughts that I'm not sure if I put in the other vlogs or not, but I'll share them here just in case. So the first one is Epic Universe feels quite small. I expected something epic. In terms of size, I thought it was going to be huge. Some of the lands are bigger than others, but just as a general space, I thought it was going to feel really, really big. And that just wasn't the case. So hopefully expansions will come in the future. It will grow. There'll be more things going on. It will feel larger. But bearing in mind, I guess the crowds, even though it felt really busy, were limited. It still felt quite small, so just something to be aware of. And then the other thing is I was totting up how many rides are indoor versus outdoor, and if a storm comes through, there's thunderstorms, things get shut down, there's only 4 rides that are going to be open. There's going to be 2 shows, but obviously they're at regular intervals, but 4 attractions. Now one of them is the carousel, not necessarily for everyone, that one, and one of them is Ministry of Magic, which at the minute is near impossible to get on. So if you think about it that way, and especially as we get into the summer months and potentially thunderstorms in the afternoon, you're going to have Frankenstein, so the Monsters ride, which I think is a 48-inch height requirement, and then you're going to have Mario Kart. 2 rides, 2 popular rides that are just going to get absolutely crazy. So I'm not really sure why when they designed the park they went so heavy on outdoor rides. I think it is missing 1 or 2 potentially more indoor rides as well, given we're in Florida and the weather. But anyway, that's too much yapping. So it's 8:05. I'm going to head over to studios now. The new Nintendo store has just opened, so I'm going to check that out on the way past. I've seen literally about 1 million pieces of Nintendo merch in Epic Universe, but brand new store literally opened a couple of days ago, so we'll go check that out. You can also get Butterbeer now in CityWalk, which I won't be, but again, if that's your thing, that is good to know. But yeah, rather than taking the bus, which you get literally just there, or there is a walking path which is in the opposite direction, maybe show you that in tomorrow's vlog. I'm going to head over to Sapphire Falls, which is just there, and that's where we're staying in August. So I'm going to head through the lobby, going to get the boat, and I'm going to ride in that way into CityWalk. Now technically you should be heading down that way, crossing over a bridge to get over this road, but I'll tell you a little secret. Come here. Shh, don't tell anyone this. Have a good look left and right on the road, and then just go for it. Just run, or at least walk as quick as you can, get over. Try not to get run over. It'll save you about 10 minutes, but shh, you didn't hear that from me. Right, guys, that was a long walk, being in all the way around, but I've made it. One thing that I am going to do is just call into Aventura. By the time this vlog comes out, it's probably not a thing, but at the minute only the Grand Helios and Aventura apparently have the Epic Universe room cards. So all it is literally your room card, but it's got a picture on that's themed towards Epic Universe. So at reception at Cabana Bay, they said if I come and just ask for an amenity pass, it's just basically a blank room key. So just that way, little free souvenir, I guess, for the trip. So let's go see how I get on. We've got the goods. So they told me they've got one for each land, but the other one she happened to have was How to Train Your Dragon, Nintendo, and Monsters. So yes, if you are checking in at a Universal Orlando Resort Hotel and you are wanting an Epic Universe room key, I'd just ask for it when you're at check-in. Ideally early on in the process, they haven't already printed your room keys, but yeah, if you're wanting one, there are some, and if not, you might end up with Fast and Furious like I did. And we've made it to Sapphire Falls. So this is a resort that I've wanted to stay at for so long. Cabana Bay is just over there, and it was one of the trips that we had booked during the COVID times, and unfortunately it did get cancelled. So yeah, really looking forward to staying here for 5 nights in August. I think it's got one of the best, if not the best sort of entrances with a view. Oh, and the smell as well. Smells very similar to Royal Pacific, so if you love that smell, then you probably like this one equally as much. But yeah, we'll save Sapphire Falls in a bit more detail for August. So the advantage of getting the boat is not only is it a cool way to enter into CityWalk, but you also do security here as well. So it's normally a little bit quicker. Boat's generally pretty consistent as well, so hopefully it won't be too long till it's here. So let's go jump on, and I'll let you know how long the boat actually takes from setting off to arriving into CityWalk. Right, we've made it to CityWalk. It takes about 6 minutes, which to be honest is quite similar to the bus from Volcano Bay, but 2 advantages. First one I mentioned earlier on, which is security. You know, you're through in seconds, essentially talking minutes, at the main security point at the end of CityWalk. And the second advantage, of course, you're here. You're not having to do the, I don't even know how long that walk is. It's quite a long walk, and then you are straight out outside the globe, or just a short walk away from Islands of Adventure. So we've got about 30 minutes till park opening, maybe 20 minutes as they normally let you in a little bit early. But yeah, let's grab a globe picture and then let's go nip into a couple of shops. Right, so let's have a quick look at the Nintendo store. So as I mentioned, I think a lot of this stuff is going to be what we've already seen in Epic, but obviously if you're not going to Epic or you're a big fan of Nintendo, great option. Quite like that bag. And then we come around, decent sized shop actually. Probably get a lot more use than what was here before. And actually can just walk straight into the existing store as well, so that's handy. I believe that's $42. I tried that on the other day. Not to purchase in my ad, but wow. And again, some of this merch you're going to find in the hotels as well. So we've got here some lanyards and keyrings. Some popcorn buckets. Some chocolate.
If I see them, I'll grab them too, okay?
Then we head in and we've got some general sort of universal merch amongst the Nintendo stuff. Like for example, you got the Freestyle cups over there, some Pezzas, a blast from the past. Again, the entrance to the Harry Potter section down there. And then, not to buy, but something that I absolutely love is this, which also features in the queue of the Mario Kart ride. But yeah, cool little shop. Let's say if you want your Nintendo fix or you want some pretty good AC, could be a good one for you. There's also a photo op outside, and I would say probably a photo op as well, or at least it's going to be for me in a second. And as we enter into the new Harry Potter bit of the store, very much butterbeer season at the minute, and lots of butterbeer things going on. You can buy pumpkin juice, or at least a pumpkin juice cup. Some butterbeer steins, butterbeer barrels, butterbeer glasses, butterbeer t-shirt, butterbeer Percy bag thing, hoodies, butterbeer cat with gummies, honeydew stuff, so lots of sweets. And then here is where you can get butterbeer. So by the looks of it, you can get cold butterbeer, you can get frozen butterbeer, so no hot option available. I'd say frozen's the best, but I appreciate everyone has very different opinions on that one. And then this is the photo op that I mentioned, that's just outside the store. Right, Rebecca wanted to know if there is some magnets for Epic Universe with the logo on, so I'm just going to head into the Epic Universe Preview Centre quickly. and then head to studios, and I think by that point we'll be ready to let people in. Okay, so into the Epic Universe Preview Centre. I don't think they've announced when it's actually closing this, but I think it's open for a good while longer. I would imagine at least through the end of this year. What they did release yesterday was a new Epic Universe popcorn bucket as well, which was the logo and sort of lit up as well. So I don't know if they'll stock it here or not, but we can certainly take a look. But yeah, this has just got a bit of merch from all the 5 lands. It's got photo ops for each of the lands as well, dotted about. And the centrepiece is a huge model of the park. So as far as shops go, it's a pretty good one. Like I said, that model is impressive. I know Joey really liked it when he saw it in August. Still on the fence about Epic Universe merch. I got a carrier bag of all things, a little granny bag for my shopping that says Epic Universe. So I have got one thing. I don't know in terms of like lanyards, whether I'm there or not yet, to be honest with you. I think come August, when things are going to be ironed out a little bit, then I'll probably be a little bit more Team Epic. But at the minute, yeah, it's good. It's going to be great. Like I say, I don't know if it'll ever get sort of near the top of my list, which at the minute is very much islands and studios. I'm sure I'll get some merch at some point, just whether it's this trip or next trip. But right, it's 10 to 9. Gates are probably opening around now, so let's head in. And I've got absolutely no idea what I'm going to ride first. Still need to do Gringotts, but I guess that's where everyone's going to rush. What else do I want to do today? I want to do Bourne, I want to do E.T., maybe the horror makeup show. I'm not sure if we did that one in August or not, I don't think so. Jimmy Fallon definitely didn't do last year, which obviously is a very average ride, but because I haven't done it for a while, give that one a go. Maybe another ride on Rockit. Yeah, I don't know. Lots of things I want to get up to in islands as well, but let's concentrate on studios for now, and I'll see you on the inside. Okay, so it's 5 to 9. Things are getting ready to open. I can see Minions delayed at the minute, so playing a bit of Connect 4, like you do. Minion Con is open. What should we go for? Yeah, let's do Minion Con, and then we can maybe do Ride Rockit after. Right now, that gives you an arm workout in the morning. That's 733,000. I've got no idea if that's good, if that's not good. There's a leaderboard here. Looks like obviously not a lot of people have played so far with the app. Clearly, not Joseph knows how to do this at almost 2 million. Wow. So the way that works is you load up the Universal app. I'll put a video on over here somewhere. And then you can synchronise your blaster a bit, and then it will track your scores. There's achievements to get. There's things just dotted around the land that you can go up and scan, and there's like little virtual sort of achievements and medals and things you can get for that. So if that's your thing and your battery life lasts a lot longer than mine does, could be a good way to get out and experience some of the land. But for now, let's go ride Rockit. Maybe get another ride or two in this trip, maybe once in August, and then it's gone forever. Did row 3 the other night, it was rough. So rather than doing single rider, I'm going to do the normal queue, and then I'm going to request front row and see if that's just as bad, because historically speaking, front row's been good on previous trips, so let's see how we get on. Guys, what's going on with my hair? I know I haven't got a lot of it, but anyway. So advertised 15 minutes wait. Even with waiting a couple of extra minutes for the front row, it was 6 minutes, so not bad at all. That, I mean, I'm all for a launch. I absolutely love a launch, like on Velocicoaster, and spoiler alert, hiccups. But that lift hill is something else. The best part of that ride, lift hill, hands up all the way. I'll put the picture in now from the photo pass, but it's getting a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've tried to fight that point before, that it's not as rough as what people say. It is starting to get a bit rough, I will admit that, but still, an enjoyable ride. Be sad to see it go in September, but I'll make sure I ride it again before then. But yeah, it is 9:30. I'm gonna go ride Men in Black Shock at 10 when that opens. So maybe Jimmy Fallon, maybe the Mummy, maybe Gringotts. I don't know. Catch up with you guys in a bit when we work out what I'm gonna do. Okay, decision made. We're going to do Jimmy Fallon and then go do Gringotts single rider, I think. And then head to Men in Black and see how we get on. Men in Black's normally a bit of a slow starter, so crowds are generally quite low. Right, it's not giving out cards this morning, that's how quiet it is. 9:30 Saturday morning. So yeah, just walking straight on. Ragtime Girls, unfortunately, not out. I would say their performance is better than the ride itself. But yeah, still looking forward to it. Like I said, not there in a couple of years, so that'd be quite good to give it a go again. Well, the loading of that ride vehicle's a bit of a mess, isn't it? I don't think I've ever been on and people haven't had to undo the seatbelts and go back and forth. Yeah, the ride is fine. You know, if you just do it once a trip, you might have fun. You know, I think it's fine for that purpose. I think probably comes down a bit to whether you like Jimmy Fallon or not. Obviously, a lot of people do, which is great. I probably sit in the other camp, therefore, yeah, a little bit annoying. I know Jay, we had the whole conversation about what's better, Jimmy Fallon or Kong, and for me it's night and day. Kong in every single way, and yeah, hopefully I tried that one later. So because that's taken a while, it's 3 minutes to 10, so might just head down to Men in Black now, and then after that go do Gringotts. Normally single rider, you're not normally waiting more than 10-15 minutes, to be honest, so I'm not in a big rush. You know, I've seen the bank lobby in Gringotts enough times to not need to do it again this trip. There is a couple of statues here for Secret Life of Pets now, just put there, so again, if you want to get some photo ops, that is a good one. Banana popcorn is just in front of me as well, so if you've never had that before, can recommend it. Joey's favourite, and yeah, we normally get it at least once a trip. But yeah, not too sunny today. There is a bit of blue sky dotted about, but it is a bit grey, it is a bit cloudy, there is a bit of a breeze, and to be honest, it's quite nice. I've had a few hot days recently, so it is quite nice. And like I say, if it does brighten up, potentially I may head to Volcano Bay after lunch, after the parade, and then come back into Islands at night. But yeah, otherwise the plan is stay here, watch the parade, and then head over to Islands, do a few rides. Still got my Ruby pass to use as well, which I'll probably do on Hagrid's. But yeah, let's go defend the galaxy. Let's go shoot some aliens. All the unsuspecting people that I just watched the beach show, now we're heading straight into Fast and Furious. I'm going to do it later, I've decided. You know, it's been a couple of years. I know it's going to be atrocious, but I'm going to do it just to remind myself of how bad it is. But I just feel like these people have got no idea what they're about to get themselves into. Just walking past the exit of Fast and Furious, there's just an announcement saying, we're pleased to announce it's back up and open and running at full speed. Nobody's pleased. Nobody. It's Grab Bash at the minute as well in the evenings. They've got those little selfie picture kind of areas where you can have Universal Orlando logos in the background. Right, time to do the free stock up, and then I will finally get to Men in Black. Here we go. Just asked the locker attendant how long you get free before it's going to try and charge you. He said he got 30 minutes, so it's probably like maybe twice the ride time or triple the ride time. He basically said if I want to do any longer, just let him know and he'll let me get it out for free, so that's a win. So single rider isn't open, unfortunately. There's no pre-show, so at least it'll be straight on. It's going to be a walk on regardless. Only thing is whether they will let me cut through the family kind of room and come round again and again. If a single rider's not open, I don't know. We can ask. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the queue. I'm sure you guys have seen it lots and lots, but if you haven't, then there's a couple of pretty cool bits to see.
White courtesy video phone.
Oh, we're crying out loud. One of the alien prisoners won't get on the shuttle because he can't get it back for a while.
Time to suit up, y'all, in the last suit you will ever wear.
It's not a bad first ride. 577,000 I think it was. I did ask the team members when I got off if I'm allowed to cut down via child swap. It just means I don't need to go all the way in and out again. Gonna go for a few rides anyway. If I do anything impressive, I'll come back and update you guys. Otherwise, I'll speak to you in a bit once I'm next off the ride. Right, so 5 rides done. I think my top score was like 669. I did get a 650 with no bonus, but I mean, even still, it would have been 750, so nowhere near maxing out. But yeah, after 5 rides of spinning about, I think I'm ready for something a little bit different. So finally going to head to Gringotts. I think I mentioned about 19 times in the vlogs. Finally going to head to Gringotts. Going to do single rider, maybe soak in the atmosphere a little bit, and maybe head over to ET. Don't know. We need to go see the family at some point. I want to catch the Bond show, which I think maybe at 12. But yeah. Right, let's go get the freestyle cup out the locker and let's head to Diagon Alley. Lots of thoughts going on around my head at the minute of whether I go back to Epic Universe tomorrow or not. Obviously, I've said bye to it. I've had some ups, some downs. You know, I was ready to leave it till August. And then I've seen Stardust is back up today. And that's literally the only ride that I haven't done there. It's certainly one that I was looking forward to the most, and you know, may well have been able to get a couple rides on it. Now I would have to leave for the airport at probably like 5:36, so there would be no nighttime rides. But you know, one part of me thinks, why would you? You know, look at the state of it. Another part of me thinks, well, the whole reason I did this trip, the whole reason why I left the family back at home was to come to experience Epic Universe. And technically it would be free because they gave me a refund for one of my days, so I'd just be back in the same position that I was coming out on this trip. Obviously I'd be in a better financial position if I don't go, because I'd have got 1 day refunded, so I'd have been twice for the price of one, but I could go 3 times for the price of 2. I don't know. The decision will be made. I mean, I'll be back home for weeks by the time this vlog comes out, but I want to do it. I might be an idiot. Might mean I waste my final day in Florida. But at the same time, as much as I love Universal Studios, as much as I love Islands of Adventure, I can get everything I want to get done today. I don't know. Right. Anyway, we'll worry about that later on. Let's go see the dragon. It smells fishy. Yeah, it always smells fishy by the leaky cauldron. Yes, it's 11:05 on a Saturday, mid-May-ish, let's say, and Gringotts is 25 minutes, so not bad at all. Really impressed with the crowds on this trip so far. So I'm going to head in single rider, probably be a walk and I'll maybe 5-minute wait. Time to go into the hell that is the Gringotts lockers. So you do get a little bit of view of Gringotts as you head to the single rider line. You don't experience the lift section or anything fun like that. You literally just walk down this corridor, take a left at the end and then go up the spiral stairs and then you're getting on. But as you can see, not a lot of people so far coming down single rider. I forgot about how good a ride that one actually is. Again, I'm sure that lots of people have already done that by now. But it's a good mixture between screens, between roller coaster elements, physical effects somewhat. Yeah, good ride. I think the screens could do with brightening up a little bit, maybe new projectors, but otherwise, yeah, enjoyed that one. Just checked the Universal app and not good news. ET, 35 minutes. Fast and Furious, 10. Decision made. Let's go join the family. Let's go ride Fast and Furious Supercharged. Well, I think it's even worse than it was like 2 years ago when I last did it. I mean, obviously the scenes are what they are, the effects are what they are, like that hasn't changed. But there's like an awkward sort of 10, 15-second delay after every sort of section before it moved on to the next. Made me think a couple of times if we'd broken down because it just didn't flow. And again, I appreciate something flowing well on that ride doesn't go hand in hand when you think about Fast and Furious. But I don't remember there ever being that sort of awkward delay previously. So yeah, it's got even worse. And it's so obnoxiously loud as well. Like I don't know if there is such thing as a best seat on Fast and Furious, but I might go as far as to say I was in the worst seat, which was row 1 on the far left. And literally must be next to the speaker, and it is so loud. Like, ugh. Traumatic experience. But I've done it. Hopefully, the next time I need to refresh myself how bad it is, it'll be closed. So it is 11:52. I think there's a Bourne showing at 12 now. Might be cutting it a little bit fine, but I'm going to try and sneak in. I'll be there probably in about 3 minutes. And then after that, I'm going to head out, get some lunch on CityWalk. There's a certain hot dog that I've got a couple of times previously, but yeah, again, I think it's time that I give it another go, see how I get on. And I'll share more about that when I get there. But yeah, let's head to Bourne and hopefully we can sneak into the 12 o'clock show. So one of the things that I absolutely love about Universal Studios is you just be walking down the road, just minding your own business, and then all of a sudden the Blues Brothers just pop out. So much going on. Yeah, I'd love to watch, but I say I've got 5 minutes till the Bourne Stuntacular starts, and if you want a chance of sneaking into the show, I need to head there now. Might also pop back in there later on. There was some socks. I know, exciting purchase, guys. All about the exciting merch. That were like 60% off, and yeah, I've considered getting some of the Universal socks before, but they've been quite expensive. But obviously it's 60% off. I think it worked out like $6-7. So yeah, right. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Okay, Bourne pre-show's just started. I'm doing something stupid, guys. I'm going for it. Stardust is 25 minutes. The waits don't look too bad. Yeah, I'll be a couple of hours into the day by the time I get there, but because I need to leave for the airport probably about 5:30, I might get a very similar time anyway. So right, that's it. I'm going to wrap this vlog up here anyway. I had a really nice morning at Universal Studios. I'm going to be back tomorrow. We'll definitely check out Bourne tomorrow. Got the Wicked shot. We'll make sure we get on ET. We're going to do early park admission at Islands. We're going to have a really good long day before travel home day now. Still got that Ruby Pass which we're going to use on Hagrid, so we're going to get an awful lot done tomorrow. But before that, let's go back to Epic Universe. Right, catch you in the next one, guys. See you in a bit.